Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Eating While Broke. I'm your host, Colleen Witt, and today we have very special guest, actor, comedian, writer, producer, Juhahn Jones is in the building.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good. Why'd you do that? Do I sound?
Sounds one.
You want to
give everybody levels.
You know, I like that. So I have you in the studio about to cook me a nice dish. What are we eating as a broke dish today?
Okay, this dish is going to change your life.
It's
You've
gonna change my
never
life?
had a dish like this so pleasant. Wait, I'm missing my butter though. I don't see my butter.
Did you put butter on the list?
I did put butter on the
I
list.
promise you did.
That's crazy.
Katie, fact check that.
That's crazy.
Did you
Katie.
put butter on it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We have butter. I'm sure we do.
Yeah, let's get some butter. I'm just noticing that. I'm like, wow. So yes, I'm about to make the best dish ever.
Butter. I'm
called-
pretty sure there's only vegan butter back there.
Well, it's fine. I guess we got to deal with it.
Yeah, because the
So
guy
you're gonna be
yesterday
judging me
had
on
all
my
that
meal
vegan.
without my ingredients, but it's cool.
I love when people say you forgot an ingredient.
That's crazy.
It'd be funny if that ingredient was on the list.
Yeah, because it was. It was only like 4. But it's called Oodles and Noodles.
Oodles and that's what it's called. I was like,
Well-
man, you know you was broke when you don't see any meat.
Well, you're right. And I'm from the DMV, and this is a luxury. You know, this was like how we got down. I mean, it's called top ramen, but this was like the thing to eat before, you know, you saw a ramen restaurant on every corner now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Eating while broke. Eating while broke.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Is that real butter or vegan butter? You didn't even look.
It's the one out of the.
Whatever.
It looks
Let's.
fine.
She said it looks.
Yeah.
I can go check.
Were you recording that whole time when you were in there?
Yeah.
It
Oh,
don't
good,
matter.
because he was.
We
Yeah,
can't.
he was
We
good.
still recording, right?
Is your mic
Yeah.
still up here? Yeah.
I guess you're not gonna use none of that, huh?
No, we'll use it.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
recording.
Oh yeah, we still. So yeah.
Go on. Tell us about oodles and noodles and oodles and noodles.
Yeah, oodles and noodles, and this butter looks nice. So I guess we're gonna.
We're gonna find out if it's vegan or not.
Yeah, I'm sure. Doesn't matter.
It
It's
don't
still gonna
matter.
taste good.
I don't know.
So yeah, before a ramen place was hot, I feel like we were eating oodles and noodles. We made ramen hot. We made everybody talk about, oh my gosh, bring it back from China and Japan and do it here in America because they heard about how we did it in the DMV.
I'm gonna figure out if you really, really were broke by answer. If you could answer this one question correctly,
Uh-huh.
do you go out and buy ramen at a restaurant
Back then or now?
right now?
Well,
Have you?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
made it to the other side.
Yeah,
You made it to the other
yeah.
side.
I mean, but
You know, you made it to the other side when you could literally know that you could make this in your kitchen for $1, and you're gonna go to a restaurant and spend $20 on some ramen.
But there's a difference. There's a difference. Like, oh, like you got the ramen spots now, and you're like, oh my gosh, we made it from scratch. This is like we just made the ramen from the dough and everything. And you know, they have how they say all this different stuff. And it's like you see a lot of Asians back there. So it makes it a little bit more official. So and they add other things to it. No, the ramen is a culture. And oodles and noodles was something that they put in the grocery stores for us to get to, or top ramen, should I say, so we can get to it. But they've been doing this stuff. Ramen's an Asian connection. That's an Asian persuasion.
Well, let's see. How are you gonna make this ramen all special?
Well, first and foremost, you got to boil the water. You got a slow boiler.
Do you have
heater
it
right
on
there.
low? Is that why?
You sure?
Yeah, you got it on low. He said we have a slow boiler, but he ain't even put it on high.
Well, yeah, hey, look, reading's fundamental. So, yeah, so first you start off boiling the water.
Okay.
Now you need yourself a nice onion because I'm an onion man. You know, it adds a certain level of extra spice.
Where are you gonna
Extra
add the onion? Into the
touch.
water?
Yeah, it's good. I'm about to get to it, baby.
Okay, go on.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let me
like,
sit back.
You know what I'm saying? Then it adds a little bit more of a crunch to it too. You know what I'm saying? And you got your seasonings. You need black pepper, We don't need to do salt. I see you got salt. You didn't forget that. Soy sauce does a little, and then you got. See, I'm not
What's the deal with the crystals?
the crystal hot sauce. So, see, I'm not really a hot sauce man. I really don't like to do spice because if it's too spicy, it's not in my life. You know. But Crystal's hot sauce is like, it's like it gives you a little spicy, but it's not. It's like Kool-Aid of hot sauce. So
Oh, I'm glad I learned that because I'm not a big spicy person, but I was like Googling, where do you get Crystal's hot sauce? And it said Walmart. I said, yes.
I feel like
Walmart's
Crystal's hot
so close.
sauce is not even spicy. I feel like it's the flavor of chili pepper. Like it's just not spicy to
Really?
me. And I don't do spice at all.
Yeah, I'm
And
not
it's
like
the
it.
only one that I'd be like, oh man, put in my chicken.
I'm glad I didn't try to cheat you and just put whatever in the
I'm
kitchen.
glad too, because then I would have died. Also, we need butter. They found butter last minute. Thank you, Lord. And eggs. I like to boil the eggs. This is what
I thought you wanted them hard boiled already.
Oh, they're already hard boiled?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Do you want us to get you
No,
regular eggs?
it's fine. It's fine. How
We
do you-
boiled them for you.
Now, here's the thing. How did you boil them? Is the yolk all super hard in the middle?
You know how I know? Because me
How do you
and
know
this
that?
other girl was cleaning the studio yesterday, and the girl said to me, how long do you usually boil your hard-boiled eggs? And I said to her, I swear to God, I said, they're hard-boiled. Who's counting? And she was like, girl, I got you. High five.
Oh.
So them things was boiling for at least like 10, 15 minutes. They got to be solid.
Yeah. Well, I do prefer the yolk to be nice and soft and flaky when you touch it. That old hard as a rock. It's it doesn't matter. We know now. We're gonna see.
We have other eggs, I think, in the bag.
Well, we would need another pot too. So.
We could do that if you want. You want to sit here and boil eggs?
Well, we can do both and see what happens. But
Okay.
we might be fine.
Yeah, let's just be fine because I want to hear your story too.
Yes, yeah. So, tell me, I want me to cut these onions.
Yeah, I
now?
want to see you cut it. Juhahn here was talking about washing an onion. I've never heard of someone doing that, so I want to experience the experience of watching onion get washed. So
Okay, guys, I just want to ask you in the comments or whatever section, if there's a comment section, right?
yeah, I'm sure there is.
Okay, so guys, just put in there. Do you, when you get your vegetables, do you rinse them?
You do, but not an onion.
What's the difference with an onion?
It's got layers. You could literally cut it off. But go ahead. I want to watch this.
Okay. Well, I'll cut while you question there.
I have never in my life, and I hope this is a real thing that all people do but I've never washed an onion ever.
Now, normally I wash an onion with the sink, but we're gonna make it work with this.
Yeah,
white
we aren't eating
bucket.
while broke, okay?
Now we don't exactly. We don't need a whole onion.
Okay, good.
Okay, it's a nice knife. Good job. You sponsored or something? Okay.
Like $10 nice.
All right. Okay, so you cut the onion. Now this is still a lot of onion, but it's 2 people. Now
Yeah, you need a
I
plate.
do have a rule, but I'll trust myself. No, because I see you got 2 packs there. The rule to top ramen is 1 pack per pot. There's something about quantity and quality. For some reason, most times you can't make more than 1 pack and it just tastes just as good. But
Really?
I'm trusting in myself
didn't know
today.
that.
Yeah, so just know, normally when you do this, use 1 pack.
So what if you have like someone over?
Hey,
You gotta.
get another pot.
Wow.
Or wait.
I just so you know, I put double the water for double the packs.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
It's cool. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna peel this onion off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because you got all this extra stuff coming. See that? Look at that.
Yeah, look at
Oh,
that clean
that.
little layer.
Is
Okay.
it clean though?
But that's the thing. You're pulling off the bare minimum. I pull off that second layer.
See, but that's taking off meat. You taking off meat off the ass cheeks.
I love your brokenness,
You know what I'm
brokenness
saying?
right now. I'm respecting it.
Is a woman taking off her ass cheeks and the panties? All right, you know what I'm saying? So you see that little onion stuff on there.
Okay.
Cool. And this little layer there. I would prefer not to have all that extra hairy skin. Yeah, that's a layer that we could take off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a little bit too much panties. That's an extra layer of panty right there, All right, so we do that. Okay, cool.
Now
so,
we know why you name your shows what you name them.
all right, so now.
Awesome.
Look at that. Now
Yeah.
we're ready.
Now you're going to wash it.
We're going to do a little rinse. Ta-da! Look
Okay.
at that. Looking fresh and ready to be.
That was like a dip. That was like a baptism
You
of
know
the
what I'm
onion.
saying?
But okay, I got
It's
it.
blessed. Now you ready to just like, you could bite this right now.
No, thanks.
Okay, that's cool.
Would you ever eat an onion raw?
You pay me some money.
Okay.
It'd probably be torture. Torture.
Yeah.
All right, okay, cool. So I'm gonna cut this onion up. Are you excited?
I'm excited. I'm also curious what was going on at the time when you were making onion ramen
So at the time when I was doing
when it
this,
first started.
when we discovered it, yeah, because I was talking to some of these Asian cats, and I was like, you know what? We're gonna do this for y'all. We're gonna make this hot in the streets. But I was a young tenderoni living at home with my parents, mommy and daddy, in the DMV District Heights. I think it was probably, I made top ramen all the way to the age of tender 18.
Oh, you stopped making it?
Well, once you move to LA and you get all health conscious, a lot of this stuff goes out the window.
So you haven't eaten this in a while.
Well, don't judge me. Wow, that sounds like a lot of judgment. So I haven't had top ramen. Yes, I haven't made this masterpiece. Graduated to other things, but I probably haven't made this in about 15 years.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so are you getting like nostalgia right now?
Yeah, just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't even eat like this. I don't even eat carbs during the week, But,
Really?
I'm not trying to be bougie with it. Just
This is how
trying,
you know when people transfer over to LA, they start talking like, I don't eat carbs. I don't eat carrots.
just trying to ah!
Oh.
Oh, that didn't work. Somebody did that trick to you a couple times.
I have siblings.
She didn't even flinch. I am dead over here. She like, you good?
So you haven't eaten this in 15 years. That's like a testament to like your success and LA having its footprint on you, apparently.
Yeah. But you look like you in shape too. Look like LA got a hold of you.
I eat like a regular person.
Oh, why?
I haven't.
She's saying that for
The
y'all.
most I don't do is red meat, and that's because
Well,
I'm
that's
allergic.
so LA. That's
I'm
so LA.
allergic.
Okay, all right.
All right, so you're putting the onions in the water. Got
So
it.
you see the
You're
onions
boiling
are
it.
freshly cut. You could cut them how you want, as big as you want, as small as you want, as how many you want. I'm an onion lover, so I wouldn't use this much for just myself, but I probably use about 3/4 of this.
Hey, you ain't got to put the whole thing in. Don't destroy the dish because I will judge it.
No, you gotta eat it too.
I know.
There's 2 people here. So
I know. I'm just letting you
double the
know if it comes out all oniony, I'm gonna be like,
you're not an onion lover, huh?
I like onions as long as they're cooked.
All right, yeah. I like to cook them nice and soft. I like to get them nice and soft and just the juice, onion juice in the water. I'm gonna put this now in the hood. I'm not gonna say I'm nice. I'm not from the hood, but I'm I wasn't rich, but we normally didn't do this, but since it's here, speeds up the process. I heard. So we're gonna let that just warm up and do its thing. The eggs are already boiled,
Yeah.
so
Do you peel and crack them? What?
yeah, let's peel them. Because what I am gonna do at some point, I am
you
going
do
to
all the
put them back in the pot. Oh, so you don't do nothing on the show, huh? You just
I
sit and
mean,
watch.
pretty much.
Dang, this is a really hard bowl. Wow, you hear that? Dang, that's crazy.
I like literally let them boil. Me and this girl was just joking. I was like, let them boil for a while. We boiled them yesterday. Just put them in the fridge.
Jeez.
You could probably throw, look, I'm
Okay,
helping out. Look at this.
Look at her. Look
I
at
could
her.
probably do this one-handed.
Look at her.
If you boil it right, if it just like slips right off.
That's good. Did you put
Yeah.
any salt in the water or nothing? You just threw them in the water. How long you been cooking?
I've been cooking. I cook good, okay? But let's hear your story, Mr. So did acting come first or did comedy come first?
So a lot of people don't know because I am known a lot more for my comedy, but I started off as a dramatic actor, for sure. Got an NAACP Theater Award. You don't get that by just telling all these jokes. You feel me? Idol was Denzel Washington, so I was mimicking a lot of Denzel performances for sure. And then when I moved to LA, I started to get more into, comedy and stand up. And I met up with my boy Brandon Brody, hilarious guy.
But wait, before we get into you doing comedy, what was your first, what was that first intro to acting? Like, what was that first gig like? Tell me, the lead up to it.
Man.
That first big break.
Yeah, so my first...
How I end up doing this work for you?
I know, right?
Go
You
on.
better get it. So my first acting gig, man, I remember actually my first acting in general was in audition in high school. And they said, do a cold reading for this audition. And I didn't really know what that was. That was my first time auditioning. I think that was probably my first time auditioning ever. And I didn't know for people who don't know what a cold reading is you get the script and you just got to go out there. You have little time to memorize any lines, and you go out there and you just perform and act it out. You can still have your script, but you just got to kind of know
In
how
real
to,
time.
Yeah, and
Okay.
for me, that's always been a little hard. Like, even to this day, I like to memorize my stuff because I don't want to be trying to filter my thoughts and read at the same time because I don't want to look like I'm reading. So I didn't know, and I was like, when I got on stage, I was like, the director was like, all right, action. And I was like, well, I didn't have enough time to memorize my lines. And he's like, what the? He's like, next, just yelled, next, while I was on the stage. That was my first experience.
And you were in high school?
I was in high school. That's crazy. I wish I knew who that dude was now so I can be like, yeah, what's good, fam? Yeah. Remember you next me? But anyway, not holding grudges. So as I progressed, I did TV production in high school as well. And then I didn't actually get my first speaking role or acting job until I went to a community college for like a year, PG community, for like a year and a half. And it's this play called Our Town. I play Howie Newsom, the milkman. It was, I didn't have any lines.
And your family knew this whole time, and you knew this whole time that's what you wanted to do?
Yes, ma'am.
When did you know that you wanted to do it?
I think it was sometime in high school, like 11th grade, near senior year, and it was like, that time when they're asking you, what do you want to do?
Like, what do you want to do? What college you want to go to?
Yeah, what do you want
You
your
want to
career
get a 9 to
be?
5?
Exactly.
Go to college.
The dreaming of it came like in middle school when you see movies and you're like, oh, I want to do that. I want to be a part of that. I want to be in that world, but you don't really know how to get into it. But around when 12th grade came and they asked that question, I was like, yeah, it was blurry. It was very foggy. I didn't have anything else I wanted to do but acting. That's the only thing that stood out to me. So after I graduated, I did Howie Newsom in Our Town, and I had to be the milkman in the place. But I do remember right before I went on stage, I was thinking to myself, oh, this is the first time I ever acted. You had that moment
Yeah.
of like, oh, wait, what? And then I went out there and did it. And then after that, I started pursuing acting. I got my first manager, Linda Townsend, in Maryland. The same day I got the call that I was getting signed for. You worried about these?
No,
onions?
go
I
ahead.
see your
Go
eyes
ahead.
scared.
No, I mean, I
should
heard
turn
it.
it
I
down
saw
a
some
little
smoke.
bit. No, let me turn it down. You see guys boil it, you turn it down. You got a smoke detector in here?
Yeah, we just pray it never goes off.
Okay, we're gonna turn it down a little bit. Turn it down to about a 3. This is a fairly fast process. So yeah, I got a manager. Same day I got that call. I got a call from The Wire Productions, HBO The Wire, and they said you just got booked to be a background artist, featured background. So background is extra, but this one was like featured.
How did you audition? You had to have auditioned, right, for that?
No, so for that, to rewind, I just got my headshots. I mean, it was black and white back in the day. That's how far back. So black and white, and I just did a submission, mailed out a bunch of to different production companies.
You personally were doing that?
Yeah, I was on
Go
my
ahead.
grind, and they called me back. I said, "Oh snaps!" So I was background on The Wire.
The Wire was a big deal.
Wire is legendary.
Yeah.
And I remember being on set and I was just like, oh snaps, like I'm on set, and they having the thing that stood out to me the most was the crafty. For people who don't know what crafty is, crafty is like the snacks and stuff that they give to the actors. This lady came out with a little cutting board with PB&J. No, this is what set it off for me, because the PB&J was it was on potato bread, and from where I'm from, the upper echelon of bread is potato bread. You make your PB&J with some potato bread. That's a new level of taste. And the corners, the crust was cut off. I was like, oh, they are, yeah. You hungry? You know, they had some tuna fish like that too, but I was like, nah, the PB&J. So that was a moment for me. So I said, I have to like get back on this show, you know. And I got on the wire again, but it was background again, but it was way further, like a football field. I was like, why y'all even need somebody back there, you know? But that's just how it worked. So as I was getting in the game with the management, I would go to different auditions with the new manager, and I ran into, he actually ended up being my future roommate in L.A., one of my roommates, Dennis Hill. And he was like, yeah, I take this workshop in Baltimore where they filmed in Baltimore. She's the casting assistant to, you know, head casting and on the show. She said, you should go, he said, you should go take it. You know, take her class once a weekend or whatever. And I went to go take it. I drove all the way down. It was a 45-minute drive from where I lived. And, you know, I took the class, and she always said, you know, I can get you in the door. You got to do the rest. And she actually got me an audition.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was actually, when I went in there, it was my boy Dennis and my other roommate I would see on auditions running around. He actually beat me out, my boy Mitch. He beat me out for a role. But this time, we both were going for a drug dealer. And my other homeboy, Dennis, he was going for a cop. My boy, Dennis, he booked the cop, the detective, and I booked the drug dealer.
Okay, drug dealer.
And I beat my boy Mitch. My first speaking role that got me qualified for the union.
And who'd you call, like, who'd you tell when that happened? Like, who was the first, like, oh, my God, Mommy, I made
I think I
it?
called my parents, for sure. I called my parents. And that was a beautiful thing because being on the wire, remember I told you I got excited about the Crafty? And they had like a Crafty truck. Like first time I went, it's like, oh, you can go to the Crafty truck and then you can just tell them whatever you want. Like, I want a burrito. We'll make a sandwich. And I was like, oh, snap, the treatment.
Oh, that was like the next level.
That was the first time.
Oh, that was the first time. Okay.
You know, you just had to wait till they escorted you over there. But this time I came and I saw, you know, they came to set and, you know, I had a trailer now. I had Diller and Juhahn Jones taped on the trailer.
Were y'all taking pictures of it too?
Man.
Well, back then they didn't have. Did they have cell phones?
I think we had a cell phone. Yeah,
I mean, you had to be balling to have a cell phone then, right?
Yeah, no, we had
What's the beepers back then? It was beepers because
even on beepers. You ain't put me back that long. Wait, whoa, don't date me like that. She said beepers. She said the infamous B word. Wow, beepers. This ain't 1980.
Even in The Wire they had
The
beepers.
Wire was but that was for written in the show.
Okay, but
They had
The Wire
burners
came
on
out.
there. They
How
had-
old was I when The Wire came out?
The
I
Wire-
was still pretty young.
The Wire was out in shoot, 2000s.
It's
Yeah.
okay. You can age
Yeah,
yourself,
no, it
Mr.
was like
LA.
two- it was like
you had
2000.
real Hollywood.
It was
Don't
early
age me,
2000s. It was
okay,
early
2000s. I was
2000s.
still in high school.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Go ahead.
crazy.
Go ahead.
She tried to get me, didn't she? Beepers. So I get there and I walk on inside the trailer and I see they got the shoes laid out. They got the outfits. See, the first time I brought my own outfit. Just, they got me clothes. Got me wardrobe. They even had me socks. I got super excited about the socks. I was
You're
like,
hilarious. You
and
got
the
excited over
shoes.
All these, yeah.
And I was like, oh, snap. And then the PA came to the truck and he was like, Mr. Jones, would you like anything? You're hungry? And I was like, oh, yeah, no, it's cool because the trailer was right in front of the Crafty truck. I said, no, I see the trailer truck. I know how to get to it, you know. He said, no, we'll take your order. I said, I made it. You gonna take my order?
I would feel that. I would totally feel that. I would feel exactly like, that's how I would feel,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? And so then I do, and this was another moment, you know, because I had never acted on like a show this level, like a professional, like a network show.
And how many seasons in were they at that point?
Season 5.
Yeah, so you was really in it. You was
Season
like
5,
feeling
first
yourself.
episode, you know. So I wasn't necessarily feeling myself. I was like just like more so like, oh, well, all right, this is the beginning. So I remember it was like a half a circle. And it's Marlo, the main character. I'm head drug dealer. I'm like this drug dealer that's, you know, small and pop shop on the block. And he brings me in, and I'm coming in. You should probably use this clip as I'm talking about it on the show. Y'all YouTube
pull
and
it up.
find it. Boom.
Okay.
I had long little 2-strand twists. I was the man. I like little B2K extra member back then. Anyway, so
we gonna find that.
they with the line up all they shaved down and everything like Omarion. It was like anyway. So I walk down, and it's a half a circle, and I'm talking straight to Marlo, and in my head, I'm like, oh snaps. Because I have never been on a production this level. So this other side, if to my right, in my peripheral, all I can see is like almost 100 crew members and equipment right there. And the reality, soaks into you like, man, there's a lot of money waiting on me to get these lines right.
Oh,
and you're just thinking like, time is money. And they just looking like, all right, and action. And you're like, so I do my lines. I always deliver. I definitely deliver. But it's like those moments. I've had a few of those moments in my career throughout time where it's like, man, you're here. You know. So that was my first speaking role. Got me qualified for the SAG union. And I was ready to move because before I was trying to move to LA.
So that one role got you qualified.
Yeah, because the way it works with the union, you got to have three background roles, vouchers. On a SAG project. So I already had one. I had two. Or one speaking role.
Or one.
On
cool.
a SAG project.
Okay.
So that just,
on the same project?
On a SAG project.
Oh, okay.
And that automatically got me qualified for that. So, but before that, I was calling LA trying to get agents and they were like, "Are you SAG?" I was like, "No," and they would hang up on me.
Oh wow.
Just straight up. Just agents was just brutal. They still are. But yeah, so now I was ready to save up my money and move to LA. You ready to put some
From The
noodles in?
Wire, you were able to do that?
Well, I was able to go to LA. Now I spent a few more years saving up some money. And I'll be real, because all the money's gone now back then. But I saved up about $50,000, almost $50,000. Yep, that's not the normal
Look at
story.
that. But how are you able to do that off acting?
Well, I actually had a nice government job driving government officials around.
What kind of job was that?
Just driving government officials around, but it was top secret. They driving to the Pentagon, driving to the White House, Andrews Air Force Base. We was making like $25 an hour.
Okay.
And then on overtime, making almost $30,000.
So you were doing that in Maryland while pursuing acting?
Yeah.
And you had your agent?
Yeah, manager.
I mean. And so you don't have an agent. You're doing this for a couple years. Then you finally say, let's go, move on to LA?
Yeah.
Now, how hard was it to quit that day job that was comfortable?
It was hard, but it wasn't hard. Because I had already been, when you got a passion, you got a passion. Plus, I was young and really young, like fresh out of high school. So it's like, I'm about to go. You know what I mean? Like I had been.
Plus, you didn't have that much overhead, I would imagine, too.
None. I was living with my parents at the time.
Even when you were doing the driving?
Yeah. I didn't move out of my house until I moved to California, 3,000 miles away from Maryland. That was my first time living anywhere else.
Wow. And your parents, you come from a 2-parent household?
Yeah, luckily so. I mean, not luckily, but fortunately so. It's like a unicorn to be, raised in the house with 2 parents, but yeah.
Yeah, that's good. They're still married, still rocking and rolling? Good. You have a good foundation.
Yeah, I got the pedigree.
So when you moved, what were your parents? Were they all 100% in? Were they nervous that they knew you had a nice cushion and you were stable?
I never really told my parents how much I saved up. They knew I was making money. I actually got my mom in that building too. She's still there making good old money. We got a few people in there making money. Actually, it was a great place to be.
Oh, into that office to work.
The government building. Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, they knew I was always pursuing it. Like I said, in school, and I would take the Chinatown bus from D.C. to New York. Just to take acting classes, and never been in New York, don't have any family or whatever. So they kind of knew the energy was there.
Okay, yeah.
It was always safer because I was still close.
Yeah.
It's different when you move across the country. I was just talking about this today. My father, had tears when he saw me off to California and stuff. And he ain't really a crier, so Yeah, my mom didn't cry at all 'cause she just ain't no cry. She just is tough from DC. She real hood, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Oh, my gosh.
still to this day, I'm trying to catch her crying. Like, I'm just about to just like poke her and just see if I can. Gotcha.
Why don't you do your fake onion cut?
It ain't gonna work on her.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't.
It ain't gonna work.
It probably wouldn't.
This how serious I was trying to catch my mama crying. At my grandmother's funeral, her mother,
Oh my gosh. No way.
she had these big old glasses on, right? The big Mary J. I just got a black eye glasses on. And, you know, I'm crying. In the midst of my cry, I look over to try to see if she doing it. And all I could see was just a white. She did the white.
Oh, so she did cry.
But the white was dry as hell. Like, I was
No way.
It was just a dry ass wipe. And I'm like, yo, is she wiping dry tears? Like, and that was the only time I think I would have caught her.
Did you ever ask your dad if he ever seen her cry?
I haven't asked him. And I bet he hasn't, because my mama crazy. She's a little hardcore woman. Like, she just going, she loving, but she
Never cry.
it's going to come out in aggression. Her pain going to come out.
That's hilarious.
She got a mouth on her.
So
I love her, though. Love you, mommy, when she watches this, because she's going to watch it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I actually talk about her on stage, too. Yeah.
That's good. Good old mama jokes. I gotta catch it.
Yes.
So it's I don't know if this looks like it's gonna be oily water, boy.
Oh, listen, she's a hater already. Okay, so look at that. That looking nice. You see that? If they had a camera, y'all could see it too. But the onions
We used to have an overhead camera.
They looking
Everyone's
nice.
asking to bring it back.
Yeah, why would you have a cooking show without
All
overhead?
right, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
right.
ahead. Let's
Come
see
on.
how
many episodes are we in? No overhead? That's crazy. What's the overhead?
we're definitely at 100 episodes, I think.
Oh, see, look. You see? So look, guys. Maybe you can zoom in or whatever. You see how the onions are almost crystally clear? You can kind of see through
Is that what you're looking for when you boil them?
Yeah, that means they're soft.
Oh my
Softy,
gosh.
wafty. So now, you know, you can read the instructions. They say you only keep the noodles in there for about, and I wash my hands. They keep the noodle, but even
We
if
have
I do-
sanitizer right there, just in case.
Well, who does that? Who licks their fingers and licks off sanitizer? You do that?
By the way, one of my favorite dishes on this show is a ramen dish. So you are going up against a really great ramen dish, and it was another comic.
Okay. Okay. What other ramen was they making?
They made a bomb ramen.
if it was supposed to be broke, this is the only ramen.
No, they made a ramen that was.
What top oodles and noodles?
It was no. You know what they did? I'm not gonna tell you till after I rate your dish. So there's two ramens that are my top favorite ramens that have been on the show. We actually don't allow people to make ramen really on the show. I just didn't want to go back and forth.
Because somebody had already did it.
Well, we just don't. We don't add ramen unless someone has tweaked it to a certain point. But
You should have told me. I could have did something. No.
nah, because I really wanted you on the show, and I didn't want to push my little envelope. Because when I called you, you were so busy. You were like, "I'm doing this, and I was like, "Please, God, just give me."
I'll see my
This
face.
date.
She's the victim now. Oh my gosh, me. No, I'm not gonna get him if I change the meal. Like, see how she turned sweet? Y'all see this, guys? That's crazy. Anyway, what were
So
you
back
saying?
to your story. You come to LA. Your mom's not a crier, and what's the first play in LA?
You know, it's funny because I could have used this other meal, but I felt like it wasn't. It's just too easy. But I do remember, because you know when you live with your parents and your parents cooking for you and stuff, you don't realize that that's a luxury until you get out on your own. So I remember like getting to my apartment, which now my boy Mitchell, 'cause he's the one who told me, but I told you about that was beat an audition. He had already.
I'm gonna like make a snippet and just make sure that we find Mitchell and we'll just have it on replay like a record.
Yeah, fine.
You know Mitch, the one
Mitchell
that I
Pascal.
beat, the one that I beat on the audition.
Yeah, he know what it is. Anyway, so but prior to me moving out to LA, he was already out there.
Okay.
So he was like, "Yo, we got another bit. We had a 4-bedroom apartment. You want to come out here?" I was like, "Well, I'm not ready yet. I need to save up some more money." But he saved that room, so I finally got to LA.
You didn't think 45,000 was enough? You had to hit the 50,000.
Hey man,
Okay, I respect it. I respect it.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's all gone now. That thing was
The
gone.
Jew in me likes that.
Yeah. You. So I got there and I was like, man, this is crazy. It's my first meal and I had a can of ravioli.
Ugh.
The lasagna came. I like that.
I used to
like that.
love
that's a
ravioli.
broke. Hey,
Let me tell you something. I used
Hey.
to love ravioli until I had it on Eating While Broke, and I was like, I can't believe I used to like this. I used to love that stuff.
How'd you make it? Did you put anything in it?
I don't remember.
Cheese or something?
No, I don't think he did anything, but it just.
But what
have
did
you
you
tried
do?
some of those canned? First of all, I'm the person getting cooked for. Okay, I'm over here peeling eggs for you. Look at your egg. Your egg looked like someone attacked it from the side.
Hey, ooh, well. Anyway, so
Yeah.
so I get to LA, and it's that realization moment, like, oh, I'm cooking for myself. Well, welcome to adulthood. So yeah, I made that. You know, it was a good meal, but it was like, oh man, I'm here. I just officially made my first meal for myself. I didn't
Wow,
realize-
your mom really took care of you.
Yeah. No, but I made meals for myself at home too. But it was
But
like,
it was like your first official on your own.
yeah, it's like that feeling like if you don't cook tonight, you ain't gonna eat.
Mm-hmm.
And what you got? You know,
Yeah.
that was that moment. You know, and then from there we went up. So that was So as I got to LA, I got the grind on. I got more headshots. I had cut my hair off to a low cut, and I submitted all these headshots and mass mailing.
And
Back when they did hard
Did it help
copies.
that you had roommates that were like pursuing the same industry?
Yes and no as far as knowledge of what we should be doing, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, they can't help us get in the room.
Yeah.
I remember my first experience. I would literally go to some of these casting offices and drop it off just so I can know that it made it.
Mm-hmm.
William Shatner. Shatner? You know him? Captain Kirk? Star Trek?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah, yeah.
She's like, oh yeah. So yeah, I remember I saw him in the office. He was on the phone. He's having a little business talk. And I'm thinking it had almost a similar address as the casting office. I think it was just connected. It was like one of those double addresses. So I go in there and I open the door while he's on the phone, and I'm being respectful because I'm not going to talk. So I'm sign language everything. I'm like, headshots. I'm basically saying headshots here. And he was like, and I was like, oh, okay. So I'm like, okay, the drop box is probably, on the side. So I'm walking outside, and I walk to Ventura Boulevard, and I look around back and forth, and I was like, oh, this mother, he pointed me to the highway. This no, he didn't. I hate Captain Kirk now. Like, yo, asshole. That was my first
That's hilarious.
experience. Captain Kirk. Let me check these.
I thought he really pointed you in the right direction the way you told it.
These are.
Those are gonna be some soggy noodles, boy.
You like them hard or soft?
I like them kind of hard. When I was young, I liked them soft.
Okay. Well, we're just gonna leave it in for like a minute longer. Okay. Just to I just wanted to break it up a little bit, but it's actually still a little hard in there for you.
Okay.
Okay. So as a matter of fact, let me just warm up these eggs while we're in here, cause you got these cold eggs. They supposed to be fresh. You know what I'm saying? Boom.
That's how you put them in there?
What? Well, just
I don't know what to expect. And where do you put the butter? Okay, I'm gonna stay out the kitchen. I want to hear this story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So what?
So you're taking control of the wheel. You're over here pitching yourself to all these casting agencies. What's the next big play?
So I started getting a couple plays. Screenwriter Don B. Welch, he was really, really hot in the city. Like long lines of auditions for actors trying to get in his plays, and I ended up getting in an audition and booking a play. And I started doing a couple plays with him and building up my name in the city, in his productions, and I got me an agent as well out here
Okay.
in LA. Started auditioning and stuff. So I was in the game, in the mix of everything.
Did you need a day job during this whole thing, or were you just like dwindling on savings?
Well, no, actually, I got my first job out here at IKEA,
Oh, okay. The way you let it up. Okay.
and I got fired from IKEA. I think I was late or something, whatever. But I ended up claiming unemployment.
Oh, that's awesome. So then you were able to like pursue your dreams for at least another year, right?
I ended up claiming California and Virginia because I was fresh. So, and then right around Obama time too. So he was passing out those nice checks. I was getting like every other week $950.
Oh wow.
I love you, Obama. We miss you.
Okay. So
And rent was only because it was cheaper then. So rent was only $465 each for us.
Okay.
And my car was already paid off. I shipped it out here.
Okay. So you were doing okay, and you're just pursuing your dreams,
Going.
staying focused. At what point do you decide you want to get behind the wheel in production and writing, or does comedy come before that? I don't want to skip a milestone.
See, comedy always came natural to me. It was in my family, you know. And a lot of my friends growing up, I feel like any of my friends, if they got serious about it, they could have been in this business as well. But I remember, I think I got called to do something when digital platforms start becoming a thing. I'm gonna lower this just a little bit. It started to become a thing. Will I Am had started a digital company, and this young lady was like, "Hey, how about you write 4 characters up, like in living color style, and we can try to figure out how to shoot them." They never happened. So I ended up saying, "Look, I'm gonna shoot my own thing." And right around the time when YouTube was becoming a thing, and I was like, "I'm gonna go." And when I went home, I shot about 2 episodes, 2 characters of it. Get It in Lester, and I think Mr. and Mrs. S is something. And I shot them. That was the beginning of the Juhahn Jones show.
Okay.
Which is kind of like a Dave Chappelle meets In Living Color type energy. Then I came back out here and I shot all of the episodes. Grandmaster Sugar, like the.
Why do you say you came back out here? Where did you shoot it?
Because I went back home. So
Okay.
one of the times when I went home for the holidays, I said I'm gonna knock this out because I had more resources to my homeboy Adam. He shot.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, you know, just had more resources. And I think I didn't even shoot with Adam. I think somebody else was always Facebooking me and like, yo, you shoot down here, you know, you shoot with us. So somehow I got my hands on some cameras.
Okay.
And I shot those 2 episodes, the beginning, and then I came back to LA and finished about another 8 or 6 episodes. Grandmaster Sugar. He's a funny character I think I need to bring back. And a few other characters. Juicy Larry with the Jerry curl. A lot of stuff, and I created that show, and I put it out, and I didn't get no views. That was my first time, but I felt like it was crazy because it was before like viral stuff happened. So I would like Facebook everybody and DM everybody on Twitter.
Okay.
And I got like 1,000 views. Like, oh my gosh, 1,000 people saw my video, and that was a win for me.
Yeah.
You ready for me to pour you?
I'm ready.
She hungry, y'all. Look at her.
Yeah.
Let me get you a bowl over there because she hungry.
Oh yeah. Here. Are you gonna put the butter in it?
Oh, she hungry. You think I'm gonna forget this project?
I'm
It's
trying
4
to see.
ingredients.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see when you put them all in there.
Let me stand. Can I stand up?
Yeah, go ahead, do it.
Yeah.
We're gonna starve to death
Judging me.
with this. It's gonna be mush noodles. We don't need teeth for Juhahn's noodles.
Yeah, you don't.
I assure you this. They look like straight, barely noodles. Could be
cool.
mashed potatoes.
She
when
like
it's
to
done.
eat paper for noodles. It's cool. paper noodle. Yeah, that's her. Yeah.
I went to Japan and I had their ramen. By the way,
And how hard was it?
it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I just don't like udon noodles. Is it udon?
What is udon?
I'm probably saying it wrong.
What is udon?
Let's just forget it because I'm probably saying it
Well,
wrong.
what's it taste like? Why didn't you like it?
It's just like that thicker noodle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Was it soft or hard?
probably hard, but I like the ramen. I like the ramen in Japan.
Now I'm gonna get you some onions because you know I talk very highly about these onions. Look at that. Ooh, look at the onions. Crystally. Them onions is crystally. Yes. Yes. She about to love this.
So when does your YouTube start taking off?
So
Like how many years did it take?
the YouTube actually it started. It didn't really start off on its own. I had left YouTube for a while and did more of the stuff on social media because what had happened was I had did the Juhahn Jones show and had it. And now Marlon Wayans was creating something called What the Funny, was another digital company. And he was like, you know, I felt like I wanted to give you a little juice. You know, the juice.
Go for it.
Keep it juicy, baby.
You ain't putting no seasoning packets. I'm trying to focus. All right.
Yeah, focus, baby. So I knew that, hey, Marlon got like 10. Every comic in.
You know there's other utensils along the side, right? You over here struggling with a
Too
fork.
late now. This is how you do it in the hood. You ain't got other. You ain't got, when you broke, you don't have all this. You use what you got. You know.
That egg looked tore up.
Yeah, you cooked that. You cooked
No,
that.
you were the one that peeled it.
Nah, you cooked that one. Yeah.
All right, continue. Wait, you weren't hyped when you ended up working with Marlon Wayans?
I was super hyped. So I was like, okay, let's add some butter for her since she want to be buttered and cholesterol out. So I was like, man, how am I stand out? Because every black comic in LA is gonna be trying to get in this, and also he has like 30 siblings he gonna put on first. So how do I stand out?
Good point.
So it was like, okay, Vine. Remember Vine?
I remember Vine. Vine helped a lot of people's careers.
The first TikTok. So basically, I was like, man, there's an app called Vine, and nobody is like paying attention. Use a little bit more butter. Paying attention to this app. Like they're really focused on these longer videos.
Yeah.
And this is the fastest means of growing a following, and nobody's doing it. So I said, let me put together a Vine group just for What the Funny, not even taking care of myself. And we brought them from like 100,000 to 1,000 to 100,000 in less than 6 months.
1,000 to 100,000 on What the Funny,
On What the Funny's account.
which was the Marlon Wayans account.
Which was his company. Now Vine ended up going down because all the big guys, said they didn't want to do it anymore because they weren't getting paid. So it's Ed and Black Pepper guys. And I knew all these guys too. I remember I did my first stand-up show with Andrew Bachelor, aka King Batch. And I remember him calling me up for his first 1 million followers. Like, he would invite me all the time to do Vines. He was like, yeah, I got my first 1 million followers. Come to my bowling party. He got like 50 million followers now. But I was like, man, I'm doing plays and I got awards and stuff and movies. Like, I did a couple credits. I was in this movie called Starving Games that was in theaters. That was a spoof on Hunger Games. So I'm like, yeah, what am I doing? This 6-second app. What is this?
Yeah.
Then I realized, like, a year go by, I'm driving party buses part-time, only on the weekends. I'm like, man, all my peers, there's quite a few people have gotten famous in all these brand deals and almost millionaires in a year. And here I am a year round, and I'm still on this party bus. And I was like, man, it ain't because, like, these cats are more talented than me. They were just outworking me a lot.
Yeah.
So I was do a spoof and post it on YouTube once a week. And these dudes were doing new videos, new content every day.
They were. I know that squad, and they were beasts. They would meet up on the weekends. They would, figure out their whole strategy, and they would all get together and just tape every freaking day.
And back then, we couldn't save to a camera roll until like maybe 6 months later. So you literally had to shoot your video, 6-second video, edit it, and post it. So there was no like, oh, we're going to have a day. Like, so they were really working.
Yeah.
So I decided, hey, I'm about to get into it. But by that time, I had started working with Russell Simmons, his company, All Def Digital. And because the same young lady, Ashley, who got me at What the Funny, she started working with All Def Digital. And she's like, hey, we're looking for creators over here, yada, yada. And I almost made the same decision because I neglected my Vine account and only focused on What the Funny account. I'm adding this to a packet. Some people say you shouldn't, it's too much sodium. Don't add the whole packet. But you broke, you want all the seasoning you can get. So you just add what's in the pack. So I'm just sticking to what it is. I can get this. Could you
Yeah, Crystal. So you almost make the same mistake that you did with What the Funny with Russell, but what was the thing that said, nah, I'm not about to do this a second time?
So they finally add more seconds, 15 seconds to Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
And Instagram was smart because they were pulling all of the creators over from Instagram from Vine to Instagram. Like, oh, you come over here, guys, and we're gonna get you more. Views.
And they needed it. They really, I mean, the influencers needed it. Yeah.
Yeah, they needed it, and it was the beginning of it was the beginning of Instagram and Vine.
The end of Vine.
End of Vine, and Vine created what we call the influencer. Yeah, you had a couple cats on YouTube doing their thing, like Danny Storm was doing his thing, Tim Delgado was doing his thing, a couple guys, but
That's whose ramen you're going up against, by the way.
Tim's.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cheat. He's Asian. Yeah, that's all they ate growing up. Anyway, is that racist? I'm sorry.
I don't know. Tim can handle it.
But yeah, you can. He cool with my boy. So yeah, that was the situation with that. But I said, you know what? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna focus on myself. So I was about to put together an Instagram group for All Def Digital. But I said, nah. I did a few videos. I said, nah, I'm gonna focus more. So I said, I'm gonna post a video every day until I get 1 million followers. In less than a year, I got 1 million followers on Instagram. So, you know what I'm saying? That's where the history was made. That's when my realm of social media came. I was like, I consider myself the second wave, you know what I mean, of influencer. But I'm also, I started off as an actor, so I have that background of that as well.
And how are you handling putting out that much content, though?
Man, because at this point, I just treated everything like a work system. I was able to, we could have camera roll, save stuff. So I'll just have shooting days. So my day typically was every Thursday. I would get together, call some actors up, and meeting my boy Terrence, aka Terrence Green, aka Raw Swagger, meet up at his apartment, and we knock out 3-4 videos a day. And eventually we end up going to my other boy house, Kenny. He had a whole house, and we just start shooting there. They start calling it the sketch house. And, man, these things would get big, too, man. We have, because it become a thing. Like, people who know we were shooting, we have, adding soy sauce. Don't add too much because this is very salty.
It's so funny because watching you make this, you look like you really know what you're doing. You done perfected this ramen.
You don't want to add too much because you already got the sodium in this. You just do a few dabs. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We don't like salty food around here. You feel me, fam? So yeah, I started. What was I saying?
You end up at the house where you start banging out, I'm guessing, a gazillion.
Yeah, and then people was coming, man. People coming like a party. I remember one time it would get so crazy because you had all the people. I started bringing all my cats that actually shot. Well, they were comedians. You know what I mean? Because a lot of influencers were just influencers that picked up the phone and started getting consistent. But I wanted to bring in some real people that been in the game. So I know I was with me doing a stand up. I'm bringing Tony Baker, Clayton Thomas, B.T. Kinsley, Ron G. These are all my guys I'm bringing into my world because I'm looking out because I got my stuff going. Because when I got into the game, my boy King Kieron, he looked out for me a lot. Just kind of I never was a person that felt I gotta be worried about somebody taking my shine. I'm always going to share. So I had the daggone beg Clayton to shoot the videos. Hey,
Clayton Thomas?
Clayton Thomas. He's like, man, ain't doing it. And for almost a year, I'm like, come on, man, this is the wave. And he finally came through. And he's killing now. And even my boy Big Job. And, he's killing in the game.
I'm going to try a dab.
Just dab.
I'm going to try it the way you do it.
1, 2. 1, 2.
Okay,
make that sound. She said, okay. So, yeah. Uh-oh, it's the time. Sure, I ain't ate this in a while. Hold on, we get everything. Now, I normally like to add a little bit of garlic powder, too, but, I forgot.
You did not put it. You did not put I want to, because he was.
Yeah, I did forget that.
Okay, good.
But I had the list of butter.
Oh, we're going to double check that.
Okay. Make sure you get one nice and deep in the juices, though. Go down in the juices, though.
I'm trying to get some onion on it, too.
Yeah, get you some crystal onions.
That story is sounding like it's about to get good. Okay. All right. Try it. Cheers.
Oh, wait, you going to say your blessing?
Go ahead.
Thank you for this meal. Praise meal is healthy and blessed, and it blows your mind away and beats Tim's little punk little dish, you know what I'm saying, the noodles, and it's hot and tasty. In Jesus' name, pray, amen.
In Jesus' name, we pray.
She got jokes. She got jokes.
Let me just tell you something. If there was like all the ramens on the show, I'm gonna tell you the order: Tim's, then Bone Thugs, then Ashley Everett. Yours would be like the absolute last ramen of all time.
Wow.
It's because you overcook the noodles. You put way too many onions.
She worried about these
These
noodles
noodles
being
is
soft.
overcooked.
You gotta go down to the bottom. Go to the
I promise
bottom.
you won't even see me chew. Watch me swallow. Watch.
Go to the bottom. You don't need to chew them. You don't need to chew them. Softer the better. Mm-hmm.
These are salty. Give me the soy sauce. Maybe it'll help you.
Oh, you want
Pour
more
some
salt?
water.
You want some more salt?
He put so much ramen seasoning in it.
So you saying it's salty or
I
needs more
promise
salt?
you, this is like mush.
Look, I'm telling you.
Did
Y'all
you
follow my
mash
recipe.
the egg in it?
Oh, I ain't even tried to take. Yeah, you try a bite of egg. Try now.
Bro, let me just tell you something. You couldn't compete against nobody's ramen.
Hold on, let me see. Let me try that. Hold on, let me try this little egg that you tried to cook. One minute, I got my egg. That's your egg. Your egg, that's your egg.
I think it's just too much onion. It's been boiled too long.
Onions are the key, guys. Onions are the key to life.
There's a reason why you ain't had this dish in a long time.
Hold on. Now.
My goodness. You have like a stroke from this dish.
A stroke? You just added more soy sauce. You added more salt.
It's so salty. I think I'm only going in for more
Why'd you add soy sauce if it was salty?
because I was hoping it would drown out the salt. I didn't know soy sauce was that salty on its own.
So guys, you try this dish and y'all tell us in the comments, is it not or is it is?
I'm gonna be honest. It would have been great if you added less of that seasoning packet.
Really? Mm-hmm. There's so much noodle though.
Does it bring you back? Do you feel like you're reminiscing now?
Kinda.
You say kinda?
Kinda. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna hold you. It's not that bad. Had a little bit more garlic, but it's all preference. She likes your noodles like little
First of
paper,
all, yeah,
paper noodles.
And it didn't have to be this soft. Like, did you guys see me? Like, I literally just put my tongue to the roof and just mashed it. I could have swallowed it whole.
I don't like hard noodles because it feels like I'm just eating cereal if I eating it straight from the pack. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Yeah, if I went to your house for ramen, we would cook in 2 different pots.
I would have to cook hers longer. See, that's why you have to cook it singularly.
I like Loki just because
Everybody has a different way of cooking their noodles, though. Everybody has a different taste. Some like hard, some like soft, some like the whole pack, some like half the pack. Somebody, want hot dogs and this stuff.
Let me tell you how Tim did his. He got this thing called Mama Ramen. So that's how he cheated. He had a different seasoning. It was like a Thai seasoning. He added peanut butter to his shit. And that shit sounds disgusting.
Barf.
When I say it was the best ramen of all time,
Peanut butter.
I promise you, with
And I
the
love peanut
Thai
butter.
ramen, I was like, hell no.
Okay,
it
all
was
right.
delicious.
Okay, because he's making. See, that's peanut sauce.
And he added like corn
No,
and hot dogs to it.
What?
And then he had like, I think chopped scallions. It was hands down
You cannot
phenomenal.
compete with somebody that's Asian.
I know. I was like,
That's
yo,
like saying,
never-
you come be black person make fried chicken and a bunch of
But
people
I
that's not
will
black.
say Bone Thugs in Harmony, they added cheese to theirs, and I thought that was
All of
different.
them? That's a cheat too. All 4 of the gang army come
No,
in.
it was lazy. It was lazy bone, but it was like a spread ramen. It was delicious.
All right.
Okay. But
Were
yours,
all the noodles, were they hard? All of them?
it was, you know what? It was just the fact that they added cheese that was different for me. I was like, damn, I never thought about that. That was pretty impressive. Have you ever added cheese to your ramen? Never.
That's too much. That's too much.
Right, it was pretty good. But yours is like, yo, you broke. You ain't got nothing in the account. You got like just ramen. You got a half onion in your fridge. You got some eggs. Yeah, that was yours. Matter of fact, if you add more Crystal's hot sauce, it'd probably help it.
You want some?
Yeah, let's try it.
Yeah.
All right, so- But you know what? I'm glad you're here and you're spending time with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I've now discovered one of the worst ramens.
Ain't the worst. I'm a spruce it up again. I'm gonna have to.
You know what
make
it
the
is? You
noodles
just
for her harder.
overcooked
And
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that for her next time.
Let's see what happens if I put a lot of hot sauce on it.
It's not gonna change it because it's still soft noodles, but it's fine.
I don't know. I could smell that hot sauce. That may have been too much.
You just made a whole new dish. It's not even my recipe anymore.
So, go on.
Yeah.
So back to your story. When you hit that 1.5, just to take it back, were you like low key like? What was that experience? Because I know I would have been hyped. I would have been hyped off like 200,000.
Yeah. No. It was a grind. It was in a journey to get there.
Was one of the videos, did it really take off? Is that what tricked
I did
it?
have
Ticked
one video that went crazy that a lot of people was like, and it was before people were like going viral on Instagram. I think it just felt like a glitch but I gained like 15,000, 20,000. No, I gained like almost 50,000 followers from that one video, and it was like, I don't know, it just went crazy. Then it stopped. I don't know.
And then you had to just keep working until you got another hit.
Yeah, of course, just grinding and posting and doing shout-outs back then, like me, Haha Davis, and Tonio Skits. We had like groups of cats. I remember Desi, we would do shout-outs, Desi Banks, like, been in the game for so long. B. Simone, everybody, we all are a part of the same community. They came a little bit after. They came like maybe they were probably a class.
But they were also a different market. Because they're an Atlanta market.
Yeah, but it's still all the internet. It's influencers.
Yeah.
Instagram. I would say Instagram influencers.
I know B. Simone taps in with like Daystorm Squad a little bit, but I don't never see Desi and
No, not Desi, but yeah. No,
because usually what I noticed with those clicks is like you have your DC's crew, DC Young Fly, that whole.
But they all PC. See, you got to think about it back then. It was all like just kind of only a few of us. You got Batch and everybody who was the godfathers of it.
Yeah.
And then that's a tight circle.
Yeah.
Then it started expanding more. So you had probably about 10 of us as far as urban influencers that kind of all were the known guys.
And you guys didn't hate, y'all just kind of collab.
We all go collab when we doing our thing. Now, DC Young Fly, B. Simone, and everybody, they start to come to LA and jump in these videos, especially all of them would want to do at some point in their levels of career, want to do something with Batch. So they would all come out, like Country Wayne. He came out a couple times. He shot some videos with me. Like, they all start to come, but then it just became, an expansion of influencers, and it got bigger and bigger. But I remember, I was excited. My first 1 million followers, because it was a thing like everybody had hit 1 million followers, they would do like a celebration video, big video, and I like to think big. Like I like look up to Michael Jackson, so I was like, man, how I'm gonna do this? So I was like, all right, I'm gonna get all like the top guys like Bash, Day Storm, my boy Fonzo, Melvin Gregg, Spoken Reasons, and like a bunch of a bunch of influencers that you were familiar with, and I'm putting them in one video. Just I'm like I'm having a celebration. I always had in my head Eddie Murphy's song, or the ending of Coming to America when he got his wife. You kind of favor her a little bit. Now think about it, just a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm saying? But dun 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 dun, with the celebration, we just got married. So I said I want to use that. So I said, man, I don't know why I get these ideas. I'm gonna get a band. So I went.
Did you do all of this?
I went to a high school, the Hollywood High School on Highland. And I went up in there and I was like, look, man, I got 1 million followers and I'm going to do a celebration. I just want to use the band and I want to play this song. And they said, yeah, well, we'll get to it. We think that's cool. And it's exposure for us. So I had a band and I had everybody show up. Then I was like, I'm going to take it to the next level because I was doing a lot of stuff with Heartbeat Productions. So I'm like, man, and we talking about Kevin Hart at the peak, like the hottest of his career. And I was like, man, I had told Kevin right before, like I was hitting, I was like, man, when I do my 1 million followers celebration, you gonna be in it? He's like, yeah, okay, sure. He jokes about it. I'm gonna get you a boat, whatever. You want a boat too, nigga? And I was like, yeah, So that time comes, and I was like, yeah, can I get Kev? I'm talking to his people, can I get Kev? And we was going to the What Now premiere. And they was like, yeah, all right, so Kev said he'll do it for you, but you gotta be quick. And rewind back to one of those moments I had. I had with Kevin, but I was more prepared. But back then, when I was shooting with Marlon Wayans and he was doing promotion for his movie, Scary Movie, he was like, all right. He comes in, he's like, all right, I want to do a Vine. Now, normally you got the Vine groups. Everybody got something to say. You know, I was the leader, but everybody always got ideas that they want to do and just feel like the boss. But as soon as, like, Marlon comes in, imagine this is the hotel, this is the door, and that's the room. Like, literally, everybody on the couch sitting where the cameras are, and I let Marlon in. And he goes straight past me and sits on the couch, and is like, all right, so what we doing? What you want me to do? And for a split second, I'm like, because you grow up and you see the Wayans and all the living color, and all I could hear in my head was like, oh my gosh, I'm about to give direction and be the director for Marlon freaking Wayans. Like, he's literally asking me, just use me. Tell me what you want me to do. But it felt like 10 minutes, but it was a half second. So I went straight into
Thank God, yeah.
Boom, all right, boom, we're going to do this, do that, you know. So fast forward back to this time with Kevin, and I'm used to shooting and everything, and I know how to cheat around to get stuff done with limited amount of time. So they was like, yeah, so Kev gonna come in after the thing, after he talked to y'all, and you got a little bit because you got to get ready to get back on the road. So, all right, you got to go ahead and shoot it. So I was like, all right, me and my boy Tony O'Skis. I'm like, so look, Kev, I just want you to go in and talk smack about me being excited about having 1 million followers. Y'all should play this during the interview too.
Okay.
You talk smack about me.
I love how you're also like
Editing.
your director and editing. Yeah.
So he up there talking smack about me, and I'm like, look, I'm just gonna get your reactions, do all your thing. We get one take of that, we're gonna light it up, and then you can go ahead and leave, okay? I'll just get my reactions, just camera on me. And we knocked it out. And I had this video, and I got put everything together. I had the band, I even had like to shoot all my influence, like batching everything separately because I couldn't get them all on the same schedule. So I shot a book tight, and it made it look like they was all together. And I got a horse. I said, I need a horse. I need a white horse. I've never ridden a horse before.
I gotta find this video.
Yeah. If you can't find it, I'll send it. So I had a horse, and I was like, I'm gonna ride in on this horse with this little white suit. It looked like a monkey suit. I found it in downtown. It looked like a little Mexican, not racist, but it looked like a little Mexican, you know, like one of those band suits, just to be funny. And I'm on this horse, and I remember that the trainer was still holding that horse because I remember like, whoa, that thing, because we had the drone out there. And I think the horse was a little nervous from all this stuff. He's like, oh, it's always good. I'm like, no, it's not. I think that drone was throwing him with the sound. He jolted one time, and I felt like in between my thighs. I said, oh, this is a lot of power. I could die on this. It's all it's pure muscle under my legs right now. If he decides to go crazy, I'm done. But he didn't. We got it. We got the video. It was out. It was magical. And I remember in the comments that everybody was like, dang, that's crazy. How'd you get that horse? I'm like, I got one of the biggest comedians in the world to talk smack in my celebration video, and all you guys can worry about is the horse. All right. You know? So, yeah, that's how I celebrated. It was a great moment. I do things big.
Yeah, I like that. So what was that next big milestone for you?
The big next milestone, just
because at this point, you're still acquiring like a huge YouTube following too, right?
Yeah. So I said I wanted to do longer content, so I went over and created a show called You Hitting That on YouTube. That's when I returned back to. I did a few videos before to kind of get the rhythm, because I never really put my old viral videos, which I've seen a lot of people posting my videos over the years. Because of music, I used a lot of music, and YouTube was always tripping about music, and you can't monetize it. But I finally came back, started doing more original content, and I did this show. And me and my boy Dane Pierre, we created this show together, and it went crazy. It went crazy. Fans love it. They still love it, and it's still a brand from it. It's called You Hitting That, and I mean, I think like especially the first season, every episode at minimum had 1 million views.
And what was those YouTube checks looking like? What was that first experience with that first check?
That was great. That was actually marvelous, but it still wasn't as impactful as it could have been because YouTube had all these rules. Sometimes they got me for music. Sometimes it was like just a little bit too sexual energy for you, so it would not get the full glow of like monetizing. Like,
Okay.
If normally if it's green, it means you're gonna get the maximum amount of money. If it's yellow, it's gonna be a little shaky. If it's red, you ain't getting nothing. You know, so I had a lot of yellows. And I had to learn the second season. I kind of could control a little bit more, but at that point, I wasn't really worried about that. And then I start adding like more familiar faces and comics like Michael Collier. I even managed to get Lisa Ray, the Great, in a couple episodes of the second season. Then I ended up shooting a movie for it called You Married That just got on All Black streaming network, and I'm gonna do some more things with the movie. It's a fan base for it. I did another show and just building from that, and that is leading me now to getting ready to launch my own network. It's called the Judah Network.
What?
Yeah, it's time to take my power back and go to the next level. Now, this is not an extended YouTube. This is actually, I'm not going to be in everything. This is.
Is it gonna? When you say a network, when I think of network,
Netflix,
I think of like
Hulu.
Zeus and Hulu and those guys.
Zeus is great. Love them, making money, but not as aggressive.
Yeah,
But the same people that built
Zeus,
those platforms, like Zeus, built mine.
Oh, built yours.
Yes.
So what is the headache for that next milestone?
Money. I need money. So if any investors looking out there,
Are you doing it currently with your own money, or have you raised some capital?
Yeah, I'm going for broke. Robert Townsend style. Going for broke. Just trusting in myself, investing in myself.
Okay.
And getting ready. I'm shooting. I already shot a third season of You Hitting That because that's a brand that
I know. When I
like.
called you the other day, you were shooting a bunch. What
Yeah.
were you working on?
The drama.
Okay.
Well, I think I had just got back from New York. I shot a Christmas movie for BET, so that's what I did. Kind of like around the time you hit me, but I'm getting in production for the drama, and all this stuff with the stand up going. I just came from Arizona, did a show out there, so it's a lot. But I'm back now. I got a production call after this talking about that drama. So
When you say that drama,
it's a drama series.
is a drama series for you, or is it for another
for the
network?
Judah Network? Yes.
Okay.
But it's not like something I'm starring in. It's just something else, and then we're gonna be acquiring more content and just building up, and putting new series on there too.
What's the name of the network?
The Judah.
The Judah Network. JUDAH.
JUDA.
JUDA. Okay.
Yeah. So get ready. Hey, as a matter of fact, you looking for a home?
You know what I'm saying? I was already thinking, we got a lot of content.
I'm just saying, why not just like,
Yeah, we're
we
always
can break bread or noodle.
Yeah.
Harder.
Yeah, exactly. As long as it's not Joe Noodles.
Whatever noodle you want, okay?
So, with everything you've experienced, what was like one of the what do you think is one of the secret ingredients for like your life?
Just trusting in God, man, and just sticking to it. And the number one thing I say to anybody getting into the business is consistency. It's just really that's the magic sauce, the magic ingredient, to all this stuff. It's just consistency. Even the lesser talented are able to make a name for themselves if they're consistent. That's why I see a lot of TikTokers or even back then Viners that they aren't the biggest talented people, but they were posting. So after a while, people just kind of like buy into what they're doing. And even in that consistency, they get better because they're practicing.
Yeah.
So they are actually getting stronger because of the work that they put in.
Now, there's some people that feel like they are consistent. Would you say that there's like a milestone metric? I know in podcasting, we talk all the time at the Black Effect and iHeart. iHeart is a super consistency is everything. They give me the talk of, Colleen, our top #1 show has been around for 30 years. But I know, like, in podcasting, they'll say, like, that magic number is around the 300 mark, 300 episodes. I'm like, 300 episodes?
Well,
Jesus.
Yeah.
But that's a
Podcasting is a different beast, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lane of, I've come to realize that world is a numbers game. You gotta really put in the time and episodes. Like I feel like everybody I see that's been doing it for like, oh, we in the 100th episode. I'm like, oh wow, these are hour-long episodes. Oh, that's your life,
Yeah.
you know. But it's doable,
It's definitely doable.
and it's like it feels like when it hits, man, the following fan base you get is just they're so loyal. Like you see podcasters doing podcasting on the road, like even the 85 South, like of course they got the Wild 'N Out and everything, but I've seen podcasters that didn't have that following or name, but they have a huge podcast now, and all the
They're
numbers go
selling
up.
out shows too.
Yeah, and people just want to come out and experience it live.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that real money, that real loyalty, you know,
Yeah.
that I feel like every entertainer should want or have.
Yeah, I was saying like, so for some people that are like, I've been consistently at it for a year, do you think that even quantifies in this age of the digital world, or or should it just be like you don't stop until you actually win?
I mean,
Type of attitude.
honestly, if you really love it,
Mm-hmm.
you ain't really doing it for a time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're doing it because you love it. You're not, you know, we used to joke about actors coming out in the beginning when we first got out in the game. We had these friends be like, oh man, I'm just going to come out and I'm going to move to LA for a year and just see how it works. And if I don't make it within a year, then it wasn't for me. And we just laugh like, boy, you think you about to move to LA and just pop off and be the next Denzel or Halle Berry in 1 year? Okay. It's going to take you 6 months to pronounce Kawanga. Like, La Cienega. You're going to be the La Kianga, Kawanga. Like, you're going to be saying that for 8 months. Yeah, you think? Like, it really is true. Like, this business, they say 10 years or whatever, but sometimes it is, you know, it's relationship based. It definitely is a lot of relationships.
Yeah.
And even when I first moved out here, the first wave of strikes that were happening with the writers and everything, you know, a lot of people could say, man, I wish I came out at a different time, but I built up a lot of relationships, and I wouldn't take anything from that because, you know, I know a lot of people in California, in Hollywood, you know, and it's the beauty of social media that I know even more people in the industry, and they know my name if they haven't met me directly. You know, it's crazy. I was thinking about that before because my boy, Keyron, he would crack jokes about me because I was shooting a lot with him and I had the iPhone like 4 or something. I think the iPhone 6 was out at the time, and they'd be like, man, why you got like hundreds of thousands of people looking at your little iPhone 4 quality, like, you know, but it's the irony of it is like, it's crazy that we could be like, man, I built a career that supersedes a lot of careers all on a phone.
Yeah.
iPhone 4, you know what I mean? Like, you got your actors that are consistent and not taking away anything from traditional Hollywood, but it's just the game. Like, you can see a TV show that you like right now, and it could be an actor that's on there pretty frequently, but not as much. But you be like, you see him out, and you be like, I think I know, I recognize them, but somewhere, I think, you know.
Yeah.
But because the way Instagram and Vine was, like, they literally, you know, everybody has the phone everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody's on their phone. And they're looking at these videos, and it's consistently like 5, 7 seconds, 15 seconds, it's playing over and over. It's like our faces and voices are being embedded in your head. You know what I mean? And people connect more. So you got people on these big Fox TV shows or whatever network, and here you are, like, what is really the level of success that we're talking about here? Like, what is it Hollywood?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, or is it like, I'm known, I don't have to work. I haven't worked a job outside of entertainment in 10 plus years.
That's a huge
you know what I mean?
milestone, by the way.
You know, I can go all around the United States and people know my work. Oh, we love your work, or we fans. I don't like calling people fans, supporters, but like, you know, that's there. So you got that. I went out the country. I was in Antigua, and, you know, they like, oh, we love your videos. Oh, man, y'all watching videos all the way out here? And he hit me with the little movie. More than you know, bro. More than you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got people all over the world that see you. You got celebrities that see you. I done heard people at studios be like, oh, yeah, we be watching you guys. You know, legends like Robert Townsend and Keenan. Like, you be like, man, what's that funny, man? Like, me and Keenan was just looking at y'all videos. Like, what? Like these are like
Yeah.
the guys that we look at, like
Yeah.
modeling our stuff after
Yeah.
them, you know. So what is really success at that point? Like, do we let us believe that, or are we supposed to believe that success is what Hollywood says it is, or you just really look at what life is? Now, of course, we want to be every artist. Well, from where I come from, you want to get that. Oh, okay, I was in Transformers and I was
Yeah,
in
of course,
Recover.
yeah.
So that is the goal for sure.
Yeah.
But sometimes you got to not be so hard on yourself and really sit back and analyze all that you have done and be like, man, it's kind of, you did more than some of the actors that just got chosen. You know what I mean? And you have a brand. And it's nothing more beautiful to see that outside of the phone. I remember I did my first show in DC and I recorded like, I did it like in November, right around my birthday. It's freezing out there, and there's a long line. And, you know, I'm recording the line, and you like, all these people, it's beyond now my family and friends. And like, this all these people sitting outside waiting for you. Meaning that at some point, they had to say, I like you, I follow you. Now I need to get up, get dressed, pick an outfit, drive to you, and wait in the cold to see you. That is gratifying.
Yeah. I could only imagine.
That is a super feeling, you know what I mean? I feel like anybody that is really working hard in this to get to that level is
That would
a
be
gift.
like a whole. That would be the time that the mama.
Because you walking out, I'm all corny and stuff. I'm feeling like, hey, y'all. I'm like, well, get in there so we can watch you. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's like, man, that's crazy. Like, I'm like, look how long this line is to see me. It's like, okay, all the hard work that you and the validation you've been trying to get from the industry, it's like people really support you. You know?
Yeah.
So
Well, I respect it. I know the show. I mentioned this. I hope I mentioned it, but we only interview like self-made. Everyone has to be self-made. Meaning they had to start from this terrible ass ramen. I'm gonna say it's terrible. You know what though? I'm gonna give you grace. You know why? And respect, because you have not eaten this dish in 10 years. So this is probably, you forgot how long ramen's supposed to cook.
you're right. I have not. That's why I haven't finished it, because I don't eat it anymore. But I got some dishes for you.
Okay.
Don't think this is judgment of being a cook. Okay, this is the judgment.
Oh, so you got some real dishes for me?
Hey, I make a banging salmon pasta.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I make good salmon pasta too. How do you? Okay.
Yeah.
I can compete though.
No, I ain't competing. I'm also over the years have been the turkey champ. I have some of the softest, juiciest turkeys ever.
Really?
Yes, I make my infamous honey barbecue chicken thighs. I make some dishes.
Oh, okay.
I cook.
How do you make your turkey not dry?
Well, that's a secret.
Oh my gosh!
But I have to.
You know it's good when someone says that they don't want to share the recipe.
Because then you're gonna be going and then you go, oh, I'm the turkey champ. Like, whoa. But all I will say is love and care. Okay, you got to continuously check on your turkey, check on your bird, and you got to love on that bird. Anything you do.
Are you talking about like you only make it during Thanksgiving and you make it juicy during Thanksgiving?
Well, who's making turkey all the time?
I was just curious because you was like, I'm a juicy turkey person.
Yeah, I'm a juicy turkey. I'm sorry, I'm not very racist, but I don't like white meat. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like white meat either.
Too dry.
I agree.
I got to have. So I want people be saying like your whole turkey tastes like dark meat.
Oh my gosh! I'm gonna try this turkey. I'm gonna try this turkey. Do you cook turkey for your family for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, my mom be mad. She be trying to hate because you putting all this extra stuff in it. Like she know my turkey better. It is what it is. Love you, mommy. You know. She know what it is.
I want to try this turkey.
Okay.
I want to try it for real.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold you to it.
You bring your turkey. You bring your turkey.
I've never. Nope.
Oh, so you're not a turkey champ.
I'm not a turkey. Okay. First of all, turkey is naturally dry. So why would I entertain a turkey?
I just had a homegirl come to our spot a couple of weeks ago. We had like a friends kickback, and we all brought food and stuff. And she came to years ago when I first moved out here. Thanksgiving,
like
Friendsgiving.
A Friendsgiving, yeah.
And she said, I never eat turkey. I never have in my life. I'm not going to do it. She brought this story up probably like 8 years later in the house in front of everybody. She's like, you know what? Your turkey was the first turkey I ever had and liked because I never liked turkey my whole life. and then I had and you no lie, it was juicy. And I think I can out cook you. So now,
She said she could out cook you.
yeah,
now?
because people been holding this in. I didn't bless them, and now all of a sudden, years later, they want to step up to the master. It's fine. That's
I
what
want
it
to try
is.
this turkey.
Hey.
I want to try the turkey.
I got people never in their life liked turkey, and I changed them. I converted them.
You know what someone made for me the other day that I never had was fried salmon.
That's interesting. People don't really do fried salmon. I wonder why. I guess salmon is just looked at as like a healthy fish.
But yeah, no one's ever done it. But you want to know
What's wrong
something?
with
What
that?
was also impressive that you would think when you fry salmon it would be really dry. This cat did it and it wasn't dry. I was thoroughly sitting there
I wanna
like,
try
you
that.
know when it's so good, you be like, hey, come over here. So what breading did you use? Okay. And how long did you do that for? Okay.
He must have baked it again or something.
I don't know how he did it, but I'll probably text. But I was
I'ma try that
thoroughly
one day.
It was
I never
fried,
thought.
and he used the Louisiana, the breading the seasoning they use in
See, I
those.
normally don't. The reason probably why I haven't tried it is I don't really be frying like that.
I don't fry, but I promise you, that fried salmon, I was like, get the freak out, and it went so quick you couldn't even get more.
What do you have with it?
I mean, they had everything. They always have a big spread, but yeah. But I was thoroughly like, okay.
So what I'm saying is, more of the story is, don't judge me by my 10-year-old comeback to the top ramen.
No, we respect you we respect and appreciate you for taking the time to make this classic dish that was.
Did you eat all of Tim's ramen?
Let me tell you, I like Tim's ramen so much. First of all, a little backstory is that I couldn't find the mama ramen that he had. So I sent
Another
an email,
reason why this is a cheat
and
code.
I
He
said-
using ramen
and-
that nobody.
Yeah,
what?
nobody could get their hands on. And he had some at the house, so he brought it in. We had all the ingredients, but his dish was so good that I went home and tried to create it at least 4 different times.
Somebody tag Tim in here. Tag him
And-
in the comments. Oh my gosh. Ooh.
It was good, but I'm gonna tell my team to do a ramen, like best ramen, and it'll be. I already
Well,
know.
we
the
ain't got
order.
to do that. We ain't got to do that.
We know,
clearly
because
you about to-
yours won't even make the list.
Wow. Wow.
But we give you mad respect because you know what, Tim and all those guys, they still eat ramen to this day. You have not
They
eaten
still
this
eat
in 10
ramen?
years. Yeah, he
With
said
peanut butter?
he had it in his house. It was bomb. Don't hate. Don't hate. Don't hate. Don't
Come
hate.
on, Tim. You making money, man. Come on.
It was good, but he had the ramen packets in his house that day, so you know he's still
There's
eating
a lot
it.
of sodium in here. Okay.
Don't hate. That's that LA in him,
All right.
watching his figure. I don't eat
Come on, going
carbs.
to the gym
I
tomorrow.
eat carrots and celery sticks. Juhahn, where can people keep up with you? Oh, I'm sorry. Was I doing too many extras?
No.
Yeah, I only eat turkey.
It's your show. So you can follow me everywhere. Juhahn Jones. You know, you can put my name at the bottom, like J-U. Yeah.
Wow, he is a natural born director and editor. Katie, get out the box. Jahann's gonna go back there.
I needed nice colors, like nice red letters so it can pop, please.
Oh my
Make it
gosh.
blink a little bit too, like
Oh
gosh.
my
Put a little
gosh. They're
point
probably
to it.
gonna do all of this.
Yeah, point to it too, like oh my gosh.
Juhahn Jones in the building.
Make it rain.
Thank you so much for your time and thank you for
Cause she was gonna kill me if I didn't. She was like, "Oh my gosh, really?" I told her a whole situation of how busy I was,
and I still go for the kill every
and
time.
just cut me off. Was like, "Yeah,
I just need an hour.
sorry to hear that.
Just an hour.
Hate to be that girl, but
I'm gonna tell you a secret to closing people is you always have to create a sense of urgency. Don't think about what I did to create that sense of urgency for you, but that's the secret. Because he said that busy ass schedule like he was about to play me for a year. I wasn't gonna let that
she
happen.
said a whole year. Like
Yeah, he was. He was like, according to my schedule, but when do I need to do this by?
she wasn't gonna keep up with me for a year. She,
I wa-
like,
no,
she gonna
'cause you have
find
to go-
somebody else real quick. Like, oh yeah, but next.
No, you got to go for the kill shot. When you really want somebody, you go for the kill shot. Create that
Well, I'm
sense of
honored that you really
urgency.
wanted me.
I did want you.
Who referred me? Oh, my boy did.
Yeah, he did.
He must have sold
He did.
me.
He
'Cause she
tried to
ain't know who I was before this.
Anyways, shout outs to Juhahn Jones for coming out on Eating While Broke. Definitely don't go home and try to make his ramen unless you time it perfectly.
Or if you just like harder noodles. If you don't, you might actually love this and add some garlic powder. Okay. But yeah, I'm a great cook.
And add less of the seasoning packet because you may die of a stroke if you eat like that.
You guys will love it. Thank you.
Thank you. Peace out.